Hey guys, today you should have received the Unit 3 vocabulary. You should have a full page like this. At the end of the video, what you will do is cut this out and glue it into your interactive notebook. So make sure you cut around the edges of the vocabulary and glue it on your notebook on the next available right side of the page. Okay, the first word we're going to go over is bivariate data. Please make sure you're saying the word properly. And then in order to identify what the word means, let's go ahead and break it down. So when you say bi, that should let you know that it's data for two. And then you have the next part of the word is variate, which is two variables. There are usually two types of related data. And when I get back, this is probably the first unit that we're going to start with, is understanding bivariate data. Okay, so for the example, I have ice cream sales versus temperature on that day. If you would imagine, as the temperature gets hotter, the ice cream sales goes up. So that's bivariate data. So the variable one would be your ice cream sales. And the variable 2 is your temperature. Those two are related. And you can analyze that data to kind of let you know maybe when to buy more ice cream in your store, or maybe when to expect to hire more people to be in the ice cream shop. The worst thing is to go to Marble Slab and wait there for 30 minutes because there's no one there on a hot day. So they should be able to analyze their data and know that it's a hot day. Most people like ice cream on those days. Those two variables are related, and they're going to develop something like a trend line if it was graphed. Okay, then we have the word outlier. The outlier is the value that lies outside most of the other values in a set of data. Okay, again, here's my example. And then I have this data over here, and then I have this one little piece of data here. This data would be considered our outlier. Okay. Next, we have cluster. When data seems to be gathered around a particular value. Okay. So again, here's my data. If you can see, there's a cluster right around the 3. So I would say right here is a small cluster. It's all a cluster, but that one is a cluster. So there's a cluster there. Okay, trend line. Trend line is a line on a graph showing the general direction that a group of points seems to be heading or trending. Okay, if you look at this plot, if you're familiar with that, this is the scatter plot. This will also be a study of bivariate data. There's height and weight. So those two variables are related. And there's developed a scatter plot. What you would do then is draw a line through that scatter plot that kind of fits in the middle of all the data. Okay, that would be my trend line. So if I look at the trend of this or how things are going, I can tell as my height gets taller, usually I have a higher weight. Normally, if I'm short, I don't usually weight as much. Okay, we have a linear equation. It's an equation that makes a straight line, and hopefully we can fit that in this space. I probably made it too small. Oh, there it is. A straight line when graphed. So this is my if I have the linear equation, the equation is actually going to make this straight line. So this is my line that I was referring to. It is straight. It is not curved. It is not loop. It does not go up and down. It is a linear equation, and it makes a straight line. Linear, root word of that is line, so that's another way you can remember that. Okay, a slope is the equation that represents a linear equation. Slope-intercept form, I'm sorry. Okay, that form is y equals mx plus b. This is the other purpose we've been working so much with equations, is because we're going towards slope next, and you must be able to put in an equation into that form. So just for right now, all you need to know is that m represents your slope and b represents your y-intercept. And we'll come back to this a little later. Okay, and a slope, what a slope is, it just lets you know how steep a straight line is. So you think about stairs, they have a slope. Like the stairs in the school, they have a slope. If you look at something like that holds the back of a picture, it has a slope. Anything that has a slant or not, somewhat of a slant is our slope. Okay. In order to get our slope, we're going to do rise over run. And again, we'll come back to this. But this will be, if I made a triangle here, this will be my rise. And this will be my run from a certain point. So there. That would represent my slope. And we'll get back to that a lot later. Okay. A y-intercept. A y-intercept is the value where a straight line crosses the y-axis. So again, this is the same thing that I showed you when we did linear equation, but my y-intercept is when the line crosses the y-axis, and that goes right here. This is my y-intercept. Technically, there's an x-intercept too, but we won't really use it. That same thing is when the line crosses the x-axis, but the line crosses the y-axis, there is your y-intercept. Okay, then we have our x-coordinate, and it's the horizontal value in the pair of ordered pair. So our x, again, is this one. This is our x, the 2. And then we realize horizontal, you lay, is how the horizon shows. That's how, remember what horizontal, it goes straight across. This is horizontal. Our x coordinate is horizontal. And then our y coordinate is vertical. You stand up vertical. And that is my y. And it goes here. Okay, that should not have taken you too long. Go ahead and cut around here. Glue it in your interactive notebook. Also, make sure if you used a Chromebook in order to watch this video, please plug it back into my little station I have over there so the next class will be able to use it. Do not play games on the Chromebooks. They don't work that well. Just go ahead and put it up so we can have it for the other classes. Also, if you need to finish your test that we did on Friday, you need to make sure that you come to tutorials Tuesday morning. I'll be there at 8 a.m. and you should already have a pass. If you do not come to finish it, I will have to grade your test as is and you'll just have to retest. Okay? Have a good day. Make sure that you be nice to my sub and treat her well. See you tomorrow.